Oh boy everyone, Marches here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video I'll be giving you my recommendations for the recent sneaker releases that I think have amazing cushion in my opinion. So I'll be giving you the differences between each of these. It really depends on your style of play and what kind of cushion you want on your feet. So let's go. Before we start off, if you want to watch the performance review of each of these sneakers, I'll be putting the link in the description down below. So starting off from my right side, it is the Jordan 35. As you know, the Jordan 34s and the 35s has been known for having nice cushion. It has huge 4-foot zoom unit that is unlocked in between this eclipse plate that you can see. It's unlocked. The difference from the 34s is there's a huge zoom unit at the heel, which on the 34s they only have a small puck there or hexagon shaped zoom unit for the heel, but with this one it's a very large volume zoom unit. And what's nice about it is it is also unlocked. The impact protection on the 35s is amazing for how low the profile of the 35s is. So that's the main highlight of the 35s. If you really want it to have a low profile sneaker, nice court feel, very responsive, and at the same time amazing bounciness in the forefoot, and a very nice impact protection in the heel and a slight bounce on the heel. The Jordan 35s is for you. That is if you really want it to be really close to the ground. So that's the main highlight of the Jordan 35s. And the next sneaker is the Kawais from New Balance. This has been released recently here in the Philippines. I'm not sure if they already released the other colorways, but this is just the colorway that I know that they released. But in the US, there's several colorways that have been out, mostly collabs. And with this one, the cushion of the Kawais is a full-length fuel cell, the top of the line cushion from New Balance. What's different about this from the Omnis, which Kawai wore for the first time, is the fuel cell on that was a little bit thinner compared to the Kawais, which I think was really what Kawai requested because he's having some knee problems recently. So maybe he requested a thicker fuel cell foam. If you are more into a foam type cushion rather than some zoom unit or air unit, I know a lot of people who prefers foam compared to air, so it really depends on your preference. So the fuel cell foam cushion on the New Balance Kawais are very nice, very thick. Impact protection, the forefoot, you can feel it and there's a slight bounce to it. And also on the heel, impact protection is amazing because it is unlocked, so it compresses a lot on the heel. So the only downside on this fuel cell setup is it's kind of bottom heavy because the foam is really thick. But if you want a knee-friendly sneaker, you are good to go in the New Balance Kawais. Next on my list is the KT6. So like what I mentioned about the New Balance Kawais, if you want a full-length foam cushion, the only difference between the Kawais and the KT6 is that the full-length cushion of the KT6 is a little bit thinner, at the same time giving you very good impact protection in the forefoot and a very nice bounce in the forefoot. It's very responsive. For me, comparing it to the Kawais, the KT6 is more responsive because you're closer to the ground, and impact protection on the KT6 is very nice. And the cushion of the KT6 is Alti Flash. It's a new version of the A Flash foam from Anta. So they changed the density up a little bit. So what the Alti Flash foam gives you is a very nice close to the ground feel, very nice impact protection in the forefoot, and there's a bounce to it, and a very good impact protection in the heel. The main difference between these two, this is a lot more thicker, this is closer to the ground, more responsiveness and more court feel if you want a full-length cushion that is made out of foam. Another full-length foam cushion is in my hands. It's the MB1 from Under Armour. MB1 features a full-length micro G with a hover cushion on the heel, and in my opinion this is the best implementation of the micro G with the hover in the latest Under Armour sneaker because they tried it with several pairs before, including the Currys, but I really like how they implemented it here in the MB1s. So the micro G on the forefoot part of the MB1s has a very nice impact protection to it, a very nice subtle bounce, and a very nice impact protection on the heel. So comparing with this tree, I would say this is pretty similar to the Kawaiis because the foam is a lot thicker. So you're kind of higher off the ground. You will get more impact protection in the forefoot and the heel. So if you want more court feel and responsiveness among the three, I will go with the KT6 because it gives you more responsiveness and court feel at the same time, giving you a very nice impact protection in the forefoot and in the heel. Going back to zoom units for maximum bounciness, here in my hands is another very bouncy sneaker that was recently released. This is the Zoom Rise 2. This is one of, I think, the most slept on sneaker that is out now in the market. Even on the first version of the Zoom Rise, the bounciness in the forefoot was amazing. It's a team shoe, it's not a signature sneaker. That's why I think a lot of people have slept on it, and it is an amazing performer. Plus, what they did with the Zoom Rise 2 is they made it a decoupled outsole, so it gives the Zoom unit more area or more space to expand. So it gives you a very nice responsive feeling and bounciness in the forefoot. So the Zoom unit on the Zoom Rise is really this big. It's a huge Zoom unit in the forefoot. And the only downside on the Zoom Rise, if you want impact protection on the heel, the Zoom Rise will give you a little bit of that because the foam or the phylon, carrying phylon, is not that thick. You're sitting right below the phylon material, so you're not really sitting on top of this green phylon, so you're right about in the middle. So it's not too thick, but it's enough. So if you are someone who likes that, a very bouncy feel in the forefoot, and you don't mind that much impact protection in the heel, maybe you're a lighter player, Zoom Rise has a very nice cushion setup. Plus what I've said, that the decoupled outsole really makes a difference in how the Zoom unit expands. The TPU plate helps the Zoom unit to expand more and gives you that very nice bouncy feel in the forefoot area. And of course, the big brother of the Zoom Rise 2, it's a recent sneaker that is out now in the market. It's the Zoom BB Next, and this one is one of the bounciest forefoot that you could ever feel in a sneaker, and a very thick heel cushion for impact protection. But the only downside of the sneaker is it's really high off the ground, very similar to the Lebron 16s. The carrier cushion of the Zoom BB Next is React, so even though you're high off the ground, it is still very responsive. High off the ground, lesser court feel. Man, the bounciness of the Zoom BB Next in the forefoot is really nice. It has a very nice responsive bounce to it. And comparing it with the Jordan 35, so the Jordan 35 has a big zoom unit in the forefoot and it's very responsive. It's very low to the ground. So if you're a player who wants more impact protection in the forefoot, at the same time bounciness, Zoom BB Next. But if you are someone who likes it low to the ground and very bouncy in the forefoot, the Jordan 35 is for you. So those are the little bit of difference that can be found in different sneakers. Different tech, different sizes of tech equals different feel for your foot and for different style of play. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but you have to really know yourself, know what you want before choosing between the sneaker. And last but not the least, there's two sneakers that have full length Zoom Strobel, which I really like for a player like me who really likes very nice impact protection instantly below your foot. At the same time, you can feel bounciness to it. Your foot will compress a bit from the footbed, but it's a really nice impact protection for your whole foot. Same time, giving you a very nice bounce to your foot as well. So this is the KD13. I know you know this is on top of my list. It has a full length Zoom Strobel, doesn't have a strobo board, so you can really feel the zoom in it below your foot. Like I've said, the difference with this and the Zoom BB or the Zoom Rise at least is there's no strobo board, so you can really feel the impact protection on your forefoot and all throughout your foot, and there is that bounciness, but the reaction of bounciness is faster on the Zoom Rise. And the other zoom ins that I have on the Jordan 35 and the BBs, there's a quicker bounce to it, so that's the only downside on the full length Strobel. It's a full length zoom unit, so when you step on the forefoot, the energy expands first going to your heel, then comes back to your forefoot before launching you back for that bounciness feel. But the upside of this is you will experience full length excellent impact protection from the tip of your toes down to your heel. So that's the benefit that you will get from a full length straw ball. So it's really good for big guys and for all the players who have knee problems. The full length Zoom straw ball is a very nice cushion setup to have. And of course, the big brother of the KD13s, I thought the KD13s will only be the one carrying this, but I was wrong. Nike graced us with another full length straw ball, and it came to the Lebron 18s. The Lebron 18s doesn't just have full-length Zoom straw ball, but at the same time it has a Care Cushion unit, which is really nice. It's very similar to the React foam, at the same time giving you Air Max 270 unit in the heel. What's really nice about the cushion setup of the Lebrons is you're not too high off the ground, but the impact protection is amazing. On the heel, if you want that Air Max feel on the impact protection, some prefer that over foams. The Lebrons won't fail you. On the forefoot, you will have the same feeling similar to the KD13s, more plush because of the Care Cushion cushion. It has more room to expand. It's softer, so you can really feel your foot sagging on the footbed, and it's really cozy, very nice. Although the bounce back is not that quick compared to the Jordan 35 and the Zoom Rise, and of course the Zoom BB next. But if you don't mind that, and if you're a bigger dude, if you're a bigger player, if you like the KD13s, you will surely like the Lebron 18s. And I will say the Lebron 18s is kind of lower to the ground compared to the KDs. All the brands are killing it with their cushion. They have been upping up their game in terms of cushion setup. It's just sad that we're under COVID, under a pandemic. We don't have the chance to really play on this sneaker, so I really can't wait to be able to play again on a very competitive level in a more consistent basis. So it really sucks right now, but thank you for the brands for continuing to innovate and giving us the best cushion tech for our sneakers right now. So let's round it up for the cushion. If you are someone who likes full-length foam cushion, a thicker cushion, the Embiids and the Kawais is for you. But if you want it closer to the ground but still have that full-length cushion, very nice impact protection in the forefoot and in the heel, the KT6 is for you. And moving on to those who have air units, if you want closer to the ground feel, very responsive bounciness, Jordan 35s is for you. And if you want it to have that same feeling but lesser quick time bounciness in the forefoot and around the entire sneaker, having that very nice impact protection all throughout the sneaker, the Lebron 18s for you. If you want bounciness but you don't mind it to be a little bit higher off the ground, the Zoom Rise 2 and the KD13s is for you. And lastly, if you want a very nice bounciness in the forefoot and the very nice impact protection on the heel, same time you wouldn't mind it a little bit higher off the ground, but the benefit is it will be very knee friendly. The Zoom BB Next is for you. I hope I helped you guys out once again on the best cushions so far on the recent sneakers that are out now in the market. So this has been Marches once again. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.